Hello, hi guys. I welcome you to Smart Care Current Affairs February Mock Drill 7th. Let us begin with it and let me see whether the recording has been on. Okay. So, in the national and state affairs, on February 24th, the central government has launched National Urban Digital Mission (NUDM) to create a digital infrastructure for cities across India by 2024. Other initiatives include India Urban Data Exchange (IUDX), Smart Code, Smart Cities 2.0 website, and Geospatial Management Information System. They were also launched at the event. Indian Urban Data Exchange has been developed in partnership between the Smart Cities Mission and the Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore. So the government has launched NUDM to create digital infrastructure for cities across India by 2024. NUDM is National Urban Digital Mission. Other initiatives include IUDX, Smart Code, Smart Cities 2.0 website, and GMIS Geospatial Management Information System. IISC plus Smart Cities Mission has jointly developed India Urban Data Exchange IUDX. National Smart Cities Mission was initiated in the year 2015. On February 22, Chief Minister Edappadi K. Palaniswamy has inaugurated the Advanced Institute of Integrated Research in Livestock and Animal Science AIIRLAS at the Asia's largest cattle park in Salem, Tamil Nadu. The facility was constructed at rupees 1023 crore and spans 1100 acres. Advanced Institute of Integrated Research in Livestock and Animal Sciences in Salem is Asia's largest cattle park. Area is 1100 acres, cost is around 1000 crore. Tamil Nadu's capital is Chennai. CM is Thiru Edappadi K. Palaniswamy. Governor is Banwarilal Purohit. On February 24th, the Odisha government has enhanced the amount of incentive for marrying a Divyang person from Rs 50,000 to 2,50,000 per eligible couple. A cash incentive award can be given to either of the spouses with benchmark disability if the other person marries a person with benchmark disability. So Odisha has announced the amount for marrying a Divyang person to rupees, enhanced the amount to rupees 2,50,000. Odisha's capital is Bhubaneswar, CM is Naveen Patnaik, Governor is Ganeshi Lal. Let's go ahead. Hello, let's go ahead. The Bihar government has presented a rupees 2.18 lakh crore budget with no new tax and a thrust on infrastructure and social sectors. The state has also proposed to create a separate department for skill development and entrepreneurship for running ITIs and polytechnic colleges. Women entrepreneurs will be given special incentives in the form of interest-free loans of up to rupees 5 lakh. Rajgir, one of the state's most popular tourist destinations, has been chosen to set up an international sports stadium and sports university. So Bihar has presented a rupees 2.18 lakh crore budget. Bihar has also proposed to create a separate department for skill development and entrepreneurship. International Sports Stadium and Sports University will be set up in Rajgir, Bihar. Bihar's capital is Patna, CM is Nitish Kumar, Governor is Fagu Chauhan. The IRDAI has formed a committee to review its information and cybersecurity guidelines due to exponential increase in cyber attacks across the globe in wake of COVID-19. The IRDAI has issued guidelines on cybersecurity in April 2017. The 14-member committee is to be headed by Janki Ram, Chairman of Institute for Development and Research in Banking Technology. So IRDAI has formed a committee to review its information and cybersecurity guidelines. The 14-member committee is to be headed by Janki Ram, Chairman of IDRBT. Headquarters of IRDAI is in Hyderabad, Telangana. Chairman is Subhash Chandra Khuntia. Executive Director is Suresh Mathur. On February 23, the SEBI has asked stock exchanges to impose the pre-expiry margins to check near zero or negative prices of commodities. These margins will have to be levied 5 days ahead of the expiry date, and they will increase by 5% every day. Alternate risk management framework would be applicable in case of near zero or negative prices for any underlying commodities or futures. The new margin norms will be effective from April 1, 2021. So SEBI has asked stock exchanges to impose pre-expiry margins to check near zero or negative prices of commodities. New margin norms will be effective from April 1, 2021. A tool applicable by SEBI for this is ARMF, Alternate Risk Management Framework. Headquarters of SEBI is in Mumbai, Maharashtra. Chairman is Ajay Tyagi. It was established in the year 1992. PM Narendra Modi has inaugurated the extension of Kolkata Metro's north-south line from Noapara to Dakshineshwar from a program in the Hooghly district of Kolkata. The inauguration will help connect thousands of people in the 4.1 kilometer stretch. So you can see it here, Narendra Modi has inaugurated the extension of Kolkata Metro's north-south line from Nopara to Dakshineshwar. West Bengal's capital is Kolkata, CM is Mamata Banerjee, Governor is Jagdeep Dhankar. On February 25th, Union Minister for Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, Shri Narendra Singh Tomar, has virtually addressed the inaugural session of National Consultation on Opportunities and Challenges for Bamboo in India. The 2-day-long Manthan on bamboo sector is jointly organized by National Bamboo Mission, NBM, Niti Aayog and Invest India. So Narendra Singh Tomar has addressed the National Consultation on Opportunities and Challenges for Bamboo in India. It was organized by NBM, Niti Aayog and Invest India. National Bamboo Mission was launched in the year 2006. On February 26th, the City Innovation Exchange platform was launched by Durga Shankar Mishra, Secretary of the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, to foster innovation in urban ecosystem. The platform is designed on the philosophy of everyone is an innovator. The Smart Cities mission will partner and effectively collaborate with Startup India, Atal Innovation Mission, Agni and other initiatives in the Indian innovation ecosystem. So Durga Shankar Mishra has launched the City Innovation Exchange platform. Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs Minister is Hardeep Singh Puri. He is a career diplomat. His constituency is Uttar Pradesh. MOHUA Secretary is Durga Shankar Mishra. On February 23, Kushinagar Airport has received the International Airport License from DGCA, Director General of Civil Aviation, and become the third licensed international airport of Uttar Pradesh. It will boost tourism in the region, facilitate travel on the Buddhist circuit by providing direct aviation connectivity to the city. So Kushinagar Airport is the third international airport in UP. It has received the international airport license from DGCA. UP's capital is Lucknow. CM of Uttar Pradesh is Yogi Adityanath. Governor of UP is Anandiben Patel. She was the former CM of Gujarat. On February 26th, Odisha Chief Minister Naveen Patnaik has launched 5 online services which aim at empowering women and providing better childcare facilities. The online services include Mo Chatua, E-Kalika, Mo Shishu Portal, Mamata app, and MIS, and E-Mandya portal. All the 5 services are under the Child Development and Mission Shakti department. So as you can see, Odisha has launched the 5 online services under the Department of Women and Child Development and Mission Shakti. 5 services include: number 1, Mo Chatua, E-Kalika, Mo Shishu Portal, Mamata app, and MIS, E-Mandya portal. Odisha's capital is Bhubaneswar. Tell me, what is Bhubaneswar known for? Bhubaneswar is also called as City of Temples. It houses the famous temple of Puri, Jagannath. The CM of Odisha is Naveen Patnaik. Governor is Ganeshi Lal. On February 26th, the Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority of India, IRDAI, has mandated general and health insurance insurers to offer standard personal accident insurance product from April 1. The minimum sum insured under the standard policy will be Rs 2.5 lakh and maximum Rs 1 crore. It is for those who are aged between 18 to 70 years. The cover will be known as Saral Suraksha Bima. So, Insurance, Regulatory and Development Authority of India has mandated general and health insurers to offer standard personal accident insurance product from April 1. The product will be known as Saral Suraksha Bima. Sum insured is a minimum of Rs 2.5 lakh and a maximum of Rs 1 crore. Age criteria for the same is 18 to 70 years. Headquarters of IRDAI is in Hyderabad, Telangana. Chairman for the same organization is Subhash Chandra Khuntia. Executive Director is Suresh Mathur. On February 25th, taking forward the vision of PM Narendra Modi's for transforming iconic heritage, spiritual and cultural places in India, Swachh Tourist Destinations under Swachh Iconic Places initiative of Swachh Bharat Mission Grameen, the Department of Drinking Water and Sanitation has announced the selection of the 12 iconic cities under Phase 4th of SIP, Swachh Iconic Places. So the 12 iconic sites selected as Swachh tourist destinations under the Phase 4th of Swachh Iconic Places initiative are Ajanta Caves. They are located in Maharashtra, Sanchi Stupa, Madhya Pradesh, Kumbhalgarh Fort in Rajasthan, Jaisalmer Fort again in Rajasthan, Ramdevra again in Jaisalmer, Rajasthan, Golconda Fort, Hyderabad, Telangana. Sorry for the delay. On February 27th, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has dedicated to the nation the 1000 megawatt lignite based Neyveli thermal power station at Neyveli and 709 megawatt solar power projects of NLC India. They are located at the 4 districts of Tamil Nadu. PM has also laid the foundation stone for the 4-lane NH45A road connecting Vilupuram to Nagapattinam of Tamil Nadu. So Narendra Modi has inaugurated the 1000 megawatt lignite based Neyveli new thermal power station at Neyveli, Tamil Nadu. Narendra Modi has inaugurated the 709 megawatt solar power project of NLC India in Tamil Nadu. Narendra Modi has also laid the foundation stone for 4-lane NH45A road connecting Vilupuram to Nagapattinam in Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu's capital is in Chennai. CM is Thirupati Eddapaddi K. Palaniswamy. Governor is Banwari Lal Purohit. On February 27th, the world's highest railway bridge is being constructed over Jammu and Kashmir's Chenab River in Kauri, and its construction is to be completed by the end of 2021. Once completed, the approximately 1178 feet bridge will be 53 feet taller than the 1125 feet Millau Viaduct in France. The bridge is being built by Konkan Railway Corporation Limited. This Chenab bridge will link Katra and Banihal, and it will be 1.315 km long. The world's highest railway bridge being constructed over Chenab River in J&K to be completed by March 2021. The height of Chenab River bridge is 1178 foot. Length is 1.315 km. It is being built by Konkan Railway Corporation. Jammu and Kashmir's capital is Srinagar. Lieutenant Governor is Manoj Sinha. On February 27th, Tripura Chief Minister Biplab Kumar Dev has inaugurated the 39th Agartala International Book Fair with the theme Ek Tripura Shresth Tripura at Agartala. Biplab Kumar Dev has inaugurated the 39th Agartala International Book Fair at the capital Agartala of Tripura. Theme of the fair is Ek Tripura Shresth Tripura. Tripura's capital is, I have said it, Agartala. CM is Biplab Kumar Dev. Governor is Ramesh Bais. On February 26th, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has inaugurated the second edition of Khelo India Winter Games in Gulmarg, J&K. This event will make Jammu and Kashmir a hub of sports activity. Around 840 athletes will compete in these sporting events. The Winter Games are organized by the Winter Games Association of Jammu and Kashmir. So Narendra Modi ji has inaugurated the second edition of the Khelo India Winter Games in Gulmarg, J&K. Jammu and Kashmir's capital is Srinagar. Lieutenant Governor for the state is Manoj Sinha. On February 26th, Union Minister for Finance and Corporate Affairs, Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman, has virtually inaugurated the Competition Commission of India's regional office in Chennai in the presence of Union Minister of State for Finance and Corporate Affairs, Shri Anurag Singh Thakur. So Nirmala Sitharaman ji has inaugurated the CCI's regional office south in Chennai, Tamil Nadu. Finance Minister is Nirmala Sitharaman, Karnataka. MOS for Ministry of Finance is Anurag Thakur. Always remember, Cabinet Minister is one who holds an independent ministry. Under him comes Minister of State. He is junior in rank to the Cabinet Minister. Minister of State for independent charge directly reports to the PMO. He's not under anybody. He directly reports to the PMO. Tamil Nadu's capital is Chennai, I have read it, and governor is Banwarilal Purohit. On February 24th, the Union government has approved a proposal by the Home Ministry to dissolve the Puducherry Assembly and impose President's rule in Union Territory. The President rule is imposed under Article 356 of the Constitution of India. So Union Cabinet has approved the President's rule in Puducherry, proposal made by Home Ministry. President's rule is imposed under Article 356 of the Constitution of India. Puducherry was a formal colony of France. People here speak French, also know French, like not other like the other parts of India. It hosts Sri Aurobindo's famous farm of Auroville. Auroville is the ashram. On February 24th, Union Health Minister Dr. Harshvardhan has laid the foundation stone of Mon Medical College in Nagaland. This medical college is approved at a cost of rupees 325 crore. At present, there are 562 medical colleges in India, out of which 286 are in the government sector, while 276 are in the private sector. Another 175 medical colleges are also in the process of development. Around 1,50,000 health and wellness centers have been set up in India. So Dr. Harshvardhan has laid the foundation stone of Mon Medical College in Nagaland. This medical college is approved at a cost of rupees 325 crore. Total medical colleges in India is 562, 286 government plus 276 private. 175 medical colleges are in process. Nagaland's capital is Kohima. CM is Nephew Rio. Governor is Ravinder Narayan Ravi. On February 25th, Himachal Pradesh Chief Minister Jairam Thakur has launched E-Parivahan Vyavastha of the State Transport Department so as to provide online services to the people of the state regarding driving license, registration, certificates, permits, etc. PM Narendra Modi had given a vision of Digital India in 2014. The state government first started E-Vidhan Sabha, then E-Budget, then E-Cabinet, and now it has started E-Parivahan. So Himachal Pradesh has launched E-Parivahan Vyavastha of the State Transport Department. It is based on PM Narendra Modi's vision of Digital India that he started in 2014. Himachal Pradesh's capital is Shimla, summer. Dharamshala, winter, because Shimla is full of snow in winters. CM Jairam Thakur is from the Mandi district. Governor Bandaru Dattatreya, MP constituency is Mandi, Janjali, near Janjali he has been elected. Governor is Bandaru Dattatreya. E-filing or E-Dakhil was launched by the National Consumer Dispute Redressal Commission on September 7, 2020. Delhi was the first state UT to implement it on September 8, 2020. The E-Dakhil portal for consumer grievance redressal is now operational in 15 states and UTs. The Consumer Protection Act 2019 has a provision for e-filing of consumer complaints. A web application for e-filing of consumer complaints named edakhil.nic.in has been developed by the National Informatics Center. So E-Dakhil is a portal for consumer grievance redressal now operational in 15 states and UTs. Delhi is the first state to implement e-filing or E-Dakhil in September 2020. NIC has developed a web application for e-filing of consumer complaints. Headquarters of NIC is in New Delhi. Director General for the same is Neeta Verma. Union Minister Shri Narendra Singh Tomar has inaugurated Saras Ajivika Mela 2021 at Noida, Uttar Pradesh. He has also stated that SHGs has played a vital role in increasing family income and improving quality of life. The Mela will remain open from 26th February to 14th March at Noida Hart. Narendra Singh Tomar has inaugurated the Saras Ajivika Mela 2021 at Noida, Uttar Pradesh. UP's capital is Lucknow. This capital constituency is now represented by Shri Rajnath Singh. The CM of UP comes from Gorakhpur constituency. He is CM Yogi Adityanath. The governor of the state is Shrimati Anandiben Patel. As on February 27th, A protocol has been developed for exporting the Nendran variety of bananas to the European countries. The public sector Naddukara pack house at Muvutapuza aims to export at least 2000 tons of Nendran bananas each year. The success of the project will integrate Kerala into the global value chain and thereby ensures farmer better and consistent prices. Nendran is a variety of banana to be exported to the European countries. Kerala's capital is Thiruvananthapuram. CM is Pinarayi Vijayan. Governor is Arif Muhammad Khan. As on February 26th, Indian Railways has reactivated the unreserved ticketing system on mobile app for its passengers to book unreserved tickets. The facility of UTS on mobile app was discontinued by Piyush Goyal-led Indian Railways due to lockdown. So now the Indian Railways has reactivated the UTS on mobile app for its passengers to book unreserved tickets. UTS full form is always Unreserved Ticketing System. Headquarters of Indian Railways is in New Delhi. Chairman and CEO is Sunit Sharma. Piyush Goyal is the Minister for Ministry of Railways and Ministry of Commerce and Industry. Constituency that he comes from is Maharashtra. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has called for a 100-day Catch the Rain campaign to clean up all water bodies and prepare them for rainwater harvesting before the monsoon season starts. The campaign is launched by Ministry of Jal Shakti. 100-day Catch the Rain campaign was launched by Ministry of Jal Shakti. Ministry of Jal Shakti's minister is Gajendra Singh Shekhawat. His constituency is Jodhpur, Rajasthan. Chief Minister E. Palaniswamy has announced that the retirement age of Tamil Nadu state government employees has been increased from 59 to 60 years. Last year, the government has increased the retirement age from 58 to 59 years. So, Tamil Nadu has increased the retirement age of the state government employees to 60 years. Tamil Nadu's capital is in Chennai. CM is Thiru Edappadi K. Palaniswamy. Governor is Banwarilal Purohit. On February 23, External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar has inaugurated a new and environment-friendly building of Indian High Commission in Mauritius. He has also reviewed over 950 housing units built with Indian support. Mauritius occupies a special place in Prime Minister's vision of Sagar. The Sagar's full form is Security and Growth for All in the Region. So S. Jaishankar has inaugurated the new and environmental-friendly building of Indian High Commission in Mauritius. Sagar Vision was unveiled by the Prime Minister in 2015. Sagar's full form is Security and Growth for All in the Region. Mauritius' capital is Port Louis. Mauritian rupee is the currency of Mauritius. PM is Pravind Kumar Jagannath. A lot of people emigrated outside India even before partition, and Mauritius is comprised of them. They were tea workers, labor workers, like that. In a first, Japan has appointed Minister of Loneliness to deal with the growing suicide rate in the country amid the COVID-19 pandemic. The suicide rate in Japan has increased first time in 11 years owing to the coronavirus pandemic. Tetsushi Sakamoto is appointed for the new portfolio. So Japan has become one of the first countries in the world to appoint Ministry of Loneliness. Tetsushi Sakamoto is going to deal with the growing suicide rate. Japan's capital is Tokyo. Currency is yen. PM is Yoshihide Suga. He replaced Shinzo Abe. Shinzo Abe was in news recently because he got Padma Vibhushan. Now he is retired from politics due to age. Tokyo is the capital. Yen is the currency. Japan has one of the highest concentration. Tokyo has the highest concentration of people living in a city, the most populated city, like per space wise. Ghana has received the world's first delivery of coronavirus vaccines from the United Nations-backed COVAX initiative. The arrival of these 6 lakh doses of the AstraZeneca vaccine in the West African country marks the beginning of the largest vaccine procurement. Total 92 countries, including Ghana, will receive vaccines for the free through the initiative. Key points are: Ghana has received the world's first delivery of coronavirus vaccines from UN's COVAX initiative. Ghana has received these 6 lakh doses of the AstraZeneca vaccine. Total 92 countries will receive vaccines for free through COVAX initiative. Ghana's capital is Accra. Currency is Cedi. President of Ghana is Nana Akufo-Addo. On February 27th, Omega Seki Private Limited, the electrical vehicles manufacturing company of Anglian Omega Group, is setting up an electric vehicle manufacturing facility near Dhaka in Bangladesh. This is coming with an investment of rupees 100 crore. This will be the first project of any Indian electric vehicle company in international markets. The company will be known as OSM Bangladesh. Omega Seki Private Limited Delhi is going to set up an electric vehicle manufacturing facility near Dhaka in Bangladesh. Investment is rupees 100 crore. First project of any Indian EV company in international markets. Currency is Taka. Capital is Dhaka. PM is Sheikh Hasina. President is Abdul Hamid. On February 22, as per the announcement made by RBI, Fino Payments Bank has been included in the second schedule to the Reserve Bank of India Act 1934. Fino Payment Bank is now a scheduled commercial bank. The scheduled commercial bank status allow Fino Payments Bank to enhance its banking position in the treasury and participation in the LAF, that is liquidity facility window. So Fino Payment Bank has received the status of scheduled commercial bank. It is now included in the second schedule to the RBI Act. Headquarters of Fino Bank is now Fino Payment Bank Limited is in Maharashtra. And MD and CEO of this bank is Rishi Gupta. On February 23, ICICI Bank has partnered with the Great Chennai Corporation and Chennai Smart City Limited for the launch of Nama Chennai Smart Card. Nama Chennai Smart Card is a RuPay-powered co-branded contactless prepaid card that facilitates various digital payments like tax and utility bill payments in Greater Chennai Corporation centers. So ICICI Bank and the Greater Chennai Corporation plus Chennai Smart City Limited has launched the Nama Chennai Smart Card. Nama Chennai Smart Card will be a RuPay, that is the Indian version of MasterCard and Visa, powered co-branded contactless prepaid cards. Contactless means that you don't have to swipe it. You just touch it and the transactions are done. Headquarters of ICICI Bank is in Mumbai, Maharashtra. MD and CEO of the bank are Sandeep Bakshi. Tagline for the ICICI Bank is Hum Hai Na. On February 26th, Rajasthan Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot-led Congress government has presented its first paperless budget in the State Assembly for 21-22. It is the third budget of the Ashok Gehlot-led government in the state. Indira Gandhi Urban Credit Card Scheme, Jeevan Rakshak Yojana, development of Koyolo Diog National Park in Bharatpur, and Ghar Ghar Aushadhi Yojana were the part of the budget announcement. So Indira Gandhi Urban Credit Scheme provides interest-free loans of up to Rs 50,000 to street vendors. So Rajasthan has presented its first paperless budget in the State Assembly for 21-22. Rajasthan government schemes include Indira Gandhi Urban Credit Card Scheme, Jeevan Rakshak Yojana, Ghar Ghar Aushadhi Yojana. Keola Dio National Park is located in the Bharatpur area of Rajasthan. Rajasthan's capital is Jaipur. CM for the state is Ashok Gehlot. He is an old horse. Due to him, Sachin Pilot had to lose his place in the politics also. That is being said in the newspapers. Governor for the state is Kalraj Mishra. Again, he is an old horse in the BJP party. On February 25th, National Payment Corporation of India (NPCI) has enabled UPI Autopay on Ghana. Its integration with UPI Autoplay has made Ghana the first player in the media and entertainment industry to roll out the innovative e-mandate feature on UPI. So NPCI has enabled the UPI Autopay on Ghana. Headquarters of NPCI is in Mumbai. Chairman is Biswa Mohan Mohapatra. MD and CEO is Dilip Asbe. It was established in the year 2008. Headquarters of Ghana are in Gurugram, Haryana. CEO is Prashant Agarwal. State Bank of India has tied up with JP Morgan to use the US bank's blockchain technology to speed up overseas transactions. The tie-up is expected to reduce SBI's customer transaction costs and time taken for payments. So SBI and JP Morgan are going to tie up to use JP Morgan's blockchain technology. Headquarters of JP Morgan is in New York, USA. CEO is Jamie Dimon. Headquarters of SBI Bank is in Mumbai, Maharashtra. Chairman is Dinesh Kumar Khara. MD is Challa Srinivasalu Setty, Ashwini Bhatia, Ashwini Kumar Tiwari, and Swaminathan Janakiraman. On February 27th, the RBI has granted a further 3-month extension of its banking license to the Rupee Cooperative Bank (RCB), Pune, till May 31, 2021. Till January 2021, the bank made a total recovery of rupees 258.11 crore and the aggregate operating profit of rupees 53.19 crore in the last 4 years. So RBI has granted a 3-month extension to its license to Rupee Cooperative Bank till May 31, 21. Headquarters of RBI is in Mumbai. Governor is Shaktikanta Das. It was established in the year 1st April 1935. Headquarters of Rupee Cooperative Bank is in Pune, Maharashtra. Administrator is Sudhir Pandit. On February 26th, Indian Overseas Bank has signed a corporate agency agreement with SBI General Insurance to retail its insurance product to bank customers. It is a bank assurance agreement for distribution of non-life offerings and to offer a range of general insurance solutions and innovative products to the customers of the bank. So Indian Overseas Bank plus SBI General Insurance corporate agency agreement has been signed to retail its insurance products. Headquarters of IOB is in Chennai, Tamil Nadu. MD and CEO is Pratha Pratim Sengupta. Tagline is Good People to Grow With. Headquarters of SBI General Insurance is in Mumbai, Maharashtra. MD and CEO is Prakash Chandra Kandpal. Tagline is Suraksha aur Bharosa dono. On February 23, Cochin Shipyard has emerged as L1, the lowest bidder for a rupees 10,000 crore contract by the Indian Navy to build the 6th next generation missile vessels, incorporated in 1972. CSL can build ships up to rupees 1,10,000 dead weight tonnage and repair ships up to rupees 1,25,000 dead weight tonnage. Currently, it is building India's first indigenous aircraft carrier named as INS Vikrant. So Cochin Shipyard has received 10,000 crore contract by the Indian Navy to build 6 next generation missile vessels. Headquarters of Cochin Shipyard is in Kochi, Kerala. Chairman and MD is Sri Madhu S. Nair. On February 23, Defence Acquisition Council has granted 3 important acceptance of necessity approvals worth 13,700 crore for the defence procurement to Indian Army, Indian Navy and Indian Air Force. Out of the AON worth rupees 13,700 crore, the 8,350 crore is allocated for the procurement of 118 main battle tank Arjun Mark 1A. The tank has been designed and developed at the Chennai-based Combat Vehicle Research and Development Establishment of DRDO. So 8,350 crore is dedicated for the 118 main battle tank Arjun Mark 1A, and DAC has granted 3 important acceptance of necessity approvals. Let's come to the initiatives. On February 24th, Union Agriculture Minister Shri Narendra Singh Tomar has awarded 5 states for effectively implementing the Pradhan Mantri Kisan Samman Nidhi scheme on its 2nd anniversary. On this day 2 years ago in 2019, the PM Kisan scheme was launched with an aim to ensure a life of dignity as well as prosperity for our hard-working farmers. Under the scheme, an amount of rupees 6,000 will be actually transferred directly into the bank accounts of farmers in 3 installments. So February 24th is the 2nd anniversary of the Pradhan Mantri Kisan Samman Nidhi PM Kisan scheme. The scheme was launched in 2019. Rupees 6,000 each year is given to each farmer in 3 installments. Narendra Singh Tomar has awarded 5 states for effectively implementing the PM Kisan scheme. Karnataka has the highest number of beneficiaries authenticated. Maharashtra has effective physical verification and prompt grievance redressal. Uttar Pradesh has the fastest implementation of the scheme. Arunachal Pradesh for the highest number of Aadhaar verifications for the northeast and hilly areas. And Himachal Pradesh, my state, for stellar performance in physical verification of beneficiaries and grievance redressal. The Union Cabinet has approved a production-linked incentive scheme for pharmaceutical sector entailing an outlay of rupees 15,000 crore. The duration of the scheme would be from 2020 to 21 to 2028-29. The total incremental sales of rupees 2,94,000 crore and total incremental export of rupees 1,96,000 crore are estimated during 6 years from 2022-23 to 27 to 28. The Indian pharmaceutical industry is the third largest in the world by volume and is worth rupees $40 billion. PLI scheme is government's initiative that provides incentive to companies in 15 key sectors. So Cabinet has approved the PLI scheme for the pharmaceutical sector. Outlay of the scheme is rupees 15,000 crore. Duration of the scheme is from 2021 to 28-29. Indian pharmaceutical industry is the third largest in the world. It is worth $40 billion. Manipur Chief Minister N. Biren Singh has launched the Prime Minister Formalization of Micro Food Processing Enterprises Scheme. The PM-FME scheme aims to provide financial, technical and business support to micro food processing units, farmer producer organizations and self-help groups. So Manipur has launched the Prime Minister Formalization of Micro Food Processing Enterprises Scheme. Manipur's capital is in Imphal. CM is N. Biren Singh. Governor is Najma Hepatullah. On February 24, President Ramnath Kovind has inaugurated the Narendra Modi Stadium. It is the world's largest cricket stadium in Ahmedabad's Motera. Earlier known as Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel Stadium, the rebuilt stadium can house 132,000 people, 10,000 more than the Melbourne Cricket Ground, which was the largest earlier. So Motera Cricket Stadium has been renamed after Narendra Modi. Location is Motera, Ahmedabad, Gujarat. The complex in which it has been located, which has like football fields and other fields, has been renamed as Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel Stadium. So Ramnath Kovind has inaugurated the Narendra Modi Stadium. It is the world's largest cricket stadium. Gujarat's capital is Gandhinagar. CM is Vijay Rupani. Governor is Acharya Devvrat. On February 26th, Yusuf Pathan has announced his retirement from all formats of cricket. He played 57 ODIs, 22 T20 internationals for India between 2007 and 2012. Yusuf Pathan has played for Baroda in domestic cricket throughout his career. He has played 174 matches in the IPL. He was the first cricketer to win 3 IPL trophies. He is from Gujarat and holds the record for the fastest century by any Indian cricketer in IPL. So Yusuf Pathan from Gujarat has announced his retirement from all formats of cricket. He is the first cricketer to win 3 IPL trophies, fastest century by an Indian in IPL. The currency is Indian rupee. The capital of Gujarat is Gandhinagar. CM is Vijay Rupani and the governor for the state is Acharya Devvrat. Former India cricketer and Karnataka captain R. Vinay Kumar has announced his retirement from international and first class cricket. He has clapped 504 wickets in 139 first class matches. Vinay came from a humble background as a promising junior cricketer in his hometown Davangere and was affectionately called as Davangere Express. So R. Vinay Kumar has announced his retirement from international and first class cricket. His next name is Davangere Express. On February 28th, Indian wrestler Vinesh Phogat has won the gold medal in women's 53 kg category at 24th Outstanding Ukrainian Wrestlers and Coaches Memorial in Kyiv, Ukraine. She defeated world number 7 Vanessa Kalzdinskaya of Belarus. She is the only Indian woman wrestler to have qualified for the Tokyo Games. So Vinesh Phogat has won the gold medal in the 24th Outstanding Ukrainian Wrestlers and Coaches Memorial. Vanessa Kalzdinskaya, Belarus, is a wrestler. A very sad news came that her cousin committed suicide. So I exactly don't know the name of the cousin, but she is not Vinesh Phogat, so don't confuse. She committed suicide because she couldn't win a regional bout. So kindly remember her name also. Kindly search it on internet yourself. Important days and dates. Central Excise Day is celebrated every year on February 24th across India to encourage the employees of Excise Department to carry out the central excise duty in a better way. So if you have to remember, then this is this. February 24th is this Central Excise Day. This is the central tax. The sixth year of the launch of Soil Health Card is being observed across India to create awareness about the benefits of the scheme. PM Narendra Modi has launched the Soil Health Card scheme on 19th February 2015 at Suratgarh in Rajasthan. February 19th is the 6th anniversary of the launch of Soil Health Card scheme. It was launched in 2015 in Rajasthan. Rajasthan's capital is Jaipur. CM is Ashok Gehlot. Governor is Kalraj Mishra. Every year on February 27, World NGO Day is observed in several parts of the globe. This day commemorates the social workers and who have gone out of their way to make the world a better place. In India, NGOs are established under the provisions of Article 19 of the Indian Constitution. So what you have to remember is this: February 27th is the World NGO Day. It is since 2014. NGOs are established under Article 19 of the Indian Constitution. NGO's full form is Non-Governmental Organization. Marathi Language Day is celebrated annually on February 27th to honor the birth anniversary of renowned Marathi poet Vishnu Vaman Shir Vadkar, popularly known as Kusum Garaj. Kusum Garaj was the recipient of the 1974 Sahitya Academy Award in Marathi, Padma Bhushan in 1991 and Janipath Award in 1987. So Vaman Shir Vadkar, popularly known as Kusum Garaj. Kusum Garaj was the recipient of 1974 Sahitya Academy Award in Marathi, Padma. So let's go ahead and let's do what is more required for us. The Right to Protein initiative has introduced the first Protein Day on February 27, 2020. This year, the second edition of National Protein Day was observed with the theme of powering with plant protein. These kind of proteins are now becoming very famous in the muscle building industry. That plant proteins should be used or plant proteins should not be used. Some say yes, some say no. So February 27th was the second edition of the National Protein Day since 2020. The theme for this day was powering with plant protein. If our country lacks in anything, like Swami Vivekananda used to say that only with strong muscles can a strong brain be developed. Right? So strong muscles will lead to the formation of strong brains. Now with the thing, if we have stronger brains, then we can go for better alternatives. Like in the same situation. Now in India, we don't have people with proteins. And once we don't have proteins, we don't have muscles, we don't have body mass, we don't have anything. And this leads to a natural weakness of the frame, natural weakness of the willpower, natural weakness of the body structure also. And thus we are not progressing as much as we could have progressed. Rare Diseases Day is observed annually on the last day of February. This year the day falls on February 28th. Any disease that affects a small percentage of population is a rare disease. In many parts of the world, they also go by the term orphan disease. So February 28th is the Rare Disease Day. Rare disease is also termed as the orphan disease. Orphan in Hindi means anath. So that means that this disease is not able to find a recipient. For example, there are around 200 colds. So cold, let us say if cold is a disease, catching cold is a disease, then this disease is not an orphan disease. In fact, this is quite a prosperous disease if we go by this way, and it has quite a number of people who contract it. So this will not come in orphan disease. National Science Day is celebrated every year on February 28th. This day recalls the notable invention Raman effect by India's greatest scientist C.V. Raman. This year the theme is Future of STI, Impacts of Education, Skills and Work. So February 28th is the National Science Day. Future of STI, Impacts on Education, Skills and Work. This is the theme. Coming to the meetings, conferences and summits. From February 22, the 18th edition of 2-day BioAsia 2021 was conducted virtually from Hyderabad. With the theme of Move the Needle, BioAsia 2021 is expected to have a participation of 30,000 life sciences professionals from around the world. 18th edition of 2nd day BioAsia 21 was conducted virtually from Hyderabad, Telangana. Theme is Move the Needle. On February 24th, India has hosted a meeting of BRICS finance and central bank deputies virtually and was co-chaired by Tarun Bajaj, Economic Affairs Secretary. Other participants included BRICS finance and central bank deputies of Brazil, Russia, China, and South Africa. This was the first meeting on BRICS financial cooperation under India's chairmanship in 2021. India has assumed the BRICS championship in 2021 at a time when BRICS is celebrating its 15th anniversary under the theme BRICS at 15 Intra-BRICS Cooperation. So now let's see. India has hosted meeting of BRICS Finance and Central Bank Deputies 21. India has also hosted 2021's first meeting of the BRICS Sherpas. BRIC member countries are 5: Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. BRICS chairmanship in 2021 is with India. Actually, BRICS was the regional response to the hegemony of IMF. So BRICS was formed with all the emerging and powerful economies, but now Brazil is like totally broken. Russia has not progressed that much. India, due to COVID related, China is the only growing one, and South Africa is mediocre. On February 26th, speaking at the India Aircraft Leasing Summit at New Delhi's Vigyan Bhavan, Aviation Minister Hardeep Singh Puri has highlighted that India is the third largest domestic civil aviation market, and within a very short period of time, India will be the world's third largest civil aviation market in overall terms. The theme of the summit was Rupee Raftar. Jewar International Airport is expected to become functional by the year 2024. So India Aircraft Leasing Summit was held at Vigyan Bhavan in New Delhi. Theme was Rupee Raftar. India has third largest domestic civil aviation market at the present, and this is going to be by 2024. So Jewar International Airport in Greater Noida, UP is to be functional by 2024. Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs Minister is Hardeep Singh Puri. He is a career diplomat and now he is a minister. India, France, Australia trilateral senior officials meeting was held on February 24th. The Indian side was led by Shri Sandeep Chakravarti, Joint Secretary Europe West. They discussed the next steps to be taken for furthering trilateral cooperation in the Indo-Pacific region. So this was held between India, France and Australia. France capital is Paris, currency is Euro. President is Emmanuel Macron, PM is Jean Castex. Australia's capital is Canberra, currency is Australian dollar, PM is Scott Morrison. On February 25th, Union Education Minister Shri Ramesh Pokhriyal Nishank has delivered the inaugural address at the 16th FICCI Higher Education Summit 21. The summit was virtually organized by FICCI in collaboration with Ministry of Education and Ministry of Commerce and Industry. The theme of the summit was Higher Education at 2030, Rise, Resilience, Innovation, Sustainability, Enterprise. So Ramesh Pokhriyal Nishank has addressed the 16th FICCI Higher Education Summit 21, organized by FICCI plus Ministry of Education plus Ministry of Commerce and Industry. Theme was Higher Education at 2030, Rise, Resilience, Innovation, Sustainability and Enterprise. Headquarter of FICCI is in New Delhi. President is Uday Shankar. Secretary General is Dilip Chinoy. Let's come to award, reward, recognition and prizes. On February 22, Right to Information activist Anjali Bhardwaj was chosen as one of the 12 recipients for the inaugural edition of International Anti-Corruption Champion Award by US. So she was chosen as the International Anti-Corruption Champion by United States of America. United States capital is Washington DC. It's not New York. Most people confuse it with New York. Currency is US dollar. 46th president is Joe Biden. 49th vice president is Kamala Harris. Five Indian origin personalities have featured in the Time magazine's annual list of 100 emerging leaders. 2021 Time 100 Next. They are Twitter's top lawyer Vijaya Gade, UK's Finance Minister Rishi Sunak, Instacart founder and CEO Apurva Mehta, Doctor and Executive Director of Non-Profit Get USPPE Shikha Gupta, India's Bhim Army Chief Chandrasekhar Azad. So, 5 Indian origin personalities have featured in 2021 Time 100 Next. This is annual list of 100 emerging leaders. Chandrasekhar Azad is the chief of Bhim Army, Vijay Gade, top lawyer of Twitter, Rishi Sunak, finance minister of UK, Apurva Mehtar, founder and CEO of Instacart, and Shikha Gupta, doctor and executive director of non-profit Get Us PPE. On February 23, the Minister of Chemical and Fertilizers Sadananda Gowda has presented the 10th National Awards for Technology Innovation in Petrochemical and Downstream Plastic Processing Industry. In the current edition of the National Awards, 273 nominations were received, out of which 4 were selected as winners and 9 as runner-ups. So Sadananda Gowda has presented the 10th National Awards for Technology Innovation in Petrochemical and Downstream Plastic Processing Industry. Total nominations that have been received are 273, winners are 4, runner-ups are 9. An Inter-University Center for Astronomy and Astrophysics team led by Dr. Kanak Saha has received the Astronomical Society of India New Discovery Award 2021 for the discovery of Lyman continuum emission from galaxy at Z is equal to 1.42. This IUCAA team was led by Dr. Kanak Saha, and this has received the Astronomical Society of India New Discovery Award 2021. Location of IUCAA is in Pune, Maharashtra. Director is Somak Rai Chaudhary. In a first for India, a female forest officer from Odisha, Sasmita Lenka, has been facilitated with United Nations Asia Environmental Enforcement Award. She has received the award under Gender Leadership and Impact category for her work in busting pangolin smuggling rackets in the state. Sasmita Lenka has been facilitated with the UN Asia Environmental Enforcement Award. She has received the award under Gender Leadership and Impact category. Odisha's capital is Bhubaneswar, CM is Naveen Patnaik, Governor is Ganeshi Lal. In Gujarat, Professor Uttama Lahiri has been selected for the Tata Innovation Fellowship for 2021. She will receive the award from Union Minister for Science and Technology, Dr. Harshvardhan. She is the Associate Professor of Electrical Engineering at IIT Gandhinagar. Uttama Lahiri has been selected for the Tata Innovation Fellowship for 2020 to 2021. Gujarat's capital is Gandhinagar, CM is Vijay Rupani, Governor is Acharya Devvrat. Coming to appointments and resignations, a former Union Minister for State and Social Justice and Empowerment and ex-BJP MP, Vijay Sampla has taken the charge of the chairman of 6th National Commission for SCs, Scheduled Castes. He was a former MP from Hoshiarpur in Punjab and Minister of State from 2014 to 2019. It was a 5-year term. So Vijay Sampla has taken the charge as chairman of the 6th National Commission for SCs. Headquarter of NCSC is in New Delhi. Chairman is Vijay Sampla. It is constituted under Article 338 of the Indian Constitution. So that means that National Commission for Scheduled Castes is a constitutional body. Similarly, National Commission for the Scheduled Tribes is a constitutional body under Article 338A. Haryana's Deputy Chief Minister Dushyant Chautala has been unanimously re-elected as the President of the Table Tennis Federation of India for another 4-year term at Panchkula. He is the youngest president of any national sport federation in India. Mr. Dhanraj Chaudhary was named as the Chief Executive Officer, CEO. So he is the president of the TTFI. Mr. Dhanraj Chaudhary is appointed as the CEO of TTFI. So Dushyant Chautala is the president of the TTFI and Mr. Dhanraj Chaudhary is the CEO of TTFI. Headquarter of TTFI is in New Delhi. President is Dushyant Chautala. CEO is Dhanraj Chaudhary. On February 26th, Levi's has announced a strategic partnership with internationally acclaimed actor and global fashion and youth icon Deepika Padukone as its global brand ambassador. This move highlights the brand's increasing focus on women's category Brand Connect initiative. So Deepika Padukone has been appointed as the global brand ambassador of Levi's. Headquarter of Levi Strauss & Company is in San Francisco. It's based in California. California falls on the western side of the US. It is the largest state of US and has the largest number of states also. After that comes Texas. United States has a lot of revenue coming from California because of a lot of people are employed in California due to the silicon companies situated there. CEO of California is Charles V. Berg. On February 24th, Russian supermodel and philanthropist Natalia Vodianova has become a United Nations Goodwill Ambassador, pledging to promote the sexual and reproductive rights of women and girls and tackle stigmas around their bodies. She will be a campaigner for the UN Population Fund, which now calls itself the UN's Sexual and Reproductive Health Agency. So, UNFPA has appointed Natalia Vodianova as its Goodwill Ambassador. Natalia Vodianova is a supermodel and a philanthropist. Headquarters of United Nations Population Fund are in New York, USA. Executive director for the same organization is Natalia Kanem. Russia's capital is Moscow. Russian ruble is the currency. PM is Mikhail Mishustin and President is Vladimir Putin. On February 24th, ruling party candidate Mohamed Bazoum was declared the winner of Nigeria's presidential election. Bazoum is a 61-year-old former interior minister. He won by a vote of 55.75% of the vote. So Mohamed Bazoum was elected as the president of Niger. Niger's capital is Niamey. West African CFA franc is the currency. President is Mohamed Bazoum. On February 26th, OLX Group has appointed former Star Sports president and chief executive Gautam Thakkar as the global CEO of its pre-owned car marketplace OLX Autos. So Gautam Thakkar has been appointed as the CEO of OLX Autos. Headquarters of OLX Group is in Amsterdam, Netherlands. CEO is Martin Schip-Bauer. The center has appointed Matam Venkat Rao as the managing director and CEO of Central Bank of India for a period of 3 years. He is currently an executive director of Canara Bank. He will replace Pallav Mahapatra. So Matam Venkat Rao has been appointed as the MD and CEO of Central Bank of India for 3 years. Headquarters of Central Bank of India is in Mumbai, Maharashtra. CEO is Matam Venkat Rao. AU Small Finance Bank has appointed Sharad Goklani as president and CTO. Previously, he was EVP and CTO at Equitas Small Finance Bank. Founded in Jaipur in 1996 as AU Financiers, a non-deposit taking non-banking financial company, the company has now transformed into AU Small Finance Bank in 2017. So Sharad Goklani has been appointed as the president and CTO of AU Small Finance Bank. Headquarters of AU Small Finance Bank is in Jaipur, Rajasthan. MD and CEO is Sanjay Agarwal. President is Sharad Goklani. UN Chief Antonio Guterres has been appointed as the leading Indian economist Ligia Naronjoa as Assistant Secretary General and Head of the New York office of UNEP. UNEP's full form is United Nations Environment Programme. Naronjoa now will succeed fellow Indian and development economist Satya Tripathi. So Ligia Naronjoa has been appointed as the Assistant Secretary General and Head of New York office of UNEP. Headquarters of UNEP is in Nairobi, Kenya. Executive Director is Inger Anderson. Fullerton India Credit Company has appointed Shantanu Mitra as the new CEO and Managing Director. The appointment is with effect from April 2. So Shantanu Mitra is going to be appointed as the MD and CEO of Fullerton India Credit Company. Headquarters of Fullerton India Credit Company is in Mumbai, Maharashtra. MD and CEO is Shantanu Mitra. On February 25th, Exim Bank will support the construction of social housing units in Maldives through its 130 million loan to Fuhi Dhirliu Corporation Limited. Project is proposed to be executed by NBCC India Limited. The project is expected to improve the socio-economic well-being of Maldivian citizens and is in line with the Government of India policy of Neighborhood First. So Exim Bank, that is full form of the Exim Bank is Export-Import Bank, has extended a $130 million loan to Fahi Dirhi Hulhan Corporation Limited in Maldives. Maldives' capital is Male. Maldivian Rufiya is the currency. President is Ibrahim Mohammed Soli. Headquarters of Exim Bank is in Mumbai. MD and CEO is David Rasquinha. It was founded in the year 1982. The Export-Import Bank of India has extended line of credit of $7.35 million to Nicaragua for replacement and supply of equipment of the High Technology Center of Hospital Antonio Lenin Fonseca in its capital, Managua. Exim Bank till date has extended 5 lines of credit to Nicaragua, taking the total value of LOC, that is the line of credit, to $94.98 million. So Export Import Bank has extended the line of credit of $7.35 million to Nicaragua. Nicaragua's capital is Managua. Nicaraguan Cordoba is the currency. President is Daniel Ortega. Headquarter of Exim Bank is in Mumbai. MD and CEO is David Rasquinha, founded in the year 1982. Coming to the ranks, reports and surveys. On February 23, China has again emerged as India's biggest trade partner in 2020, despite a conflict along the line of actual control and the rising anti-China sentiment. In 2020, the two-way trade between the countries stood at $77.7 billion. China has replaced US as India's biggest trading partner. The two-way trade between India and the US stood at $75.9 billion. In terms of export, India's shipments to China grew by 11% to $19 billion in 2020. India's biggest trade partners in 2020 are first China, second US, third United Arab Emirates. India's shipment to China in 2020 grew by 11% to $19 billion. Coming to acquisition and mergers, the Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority of India has approved the acquisition of up to 12% stake in Max Life Insurance by Axis Bank and its subsidiary Axis entities. As per the proposed transaction, Axis entities have the right to acquire up to 19% stake in Max Life, of which Axis Bank proposes to acquire up to 9%, and Axis Capital Limited and Axis Securities together propose to acquire up to 3%. So Insurance Regulatory Development Authority have approved the acquisition of 12% stake in Max Life Insurance by Axis Bank and its subsidiary Axis entities. Headquarters of IRDAI is in Hyderabad, Telangana. Chairman is Subhash Chandra Khuntia. Executive Director is Suresh Mathur. Headquarter of Max Life Insurance is in New Delhi. MD and CEO is Prashant Tripathi. Headquarter of Axis Bank is in Mumbai. MD and CEO is Amitabh Chaudhary. Tagline is Bhatakti Ka Naam Zindagi. On February 26, HDFC Bank and Kotak Mahindra Bank have acquired 9.9% stake in Fairbairn Private Limited, a Tata Sons promoted company to operate a pan-India umbrella entity for retail payment system. The last date for applying to the RBI for license to operate is February 26, 2021. So HDFC Bank and Kotak Mahindra Bank have acquired a 9.99% stake, each in Fairbairn Private Limited. Headquarter of HDFC Bank is in Mumbai, Maharashtra. MD and CEO is Shashidhar Jagdishan. Tagline is We Understand Your World. Headquarter of Kotak Mahindra Bank is in Mumbai, Maharashtra. MD and CEO is Uday Kotak. On February 25th, the Competition Commission of India has approved a combination involving the merger of NAM Estates Private Limited and Embassy One Commercial Property Development Private Limited into India Bulls Real Estate Limited. NAM Estate, Bangalore, Embassy One, Bangalore, merger into India Bulls Real Estate, approved by Competition Commission of India. Headquarters of India Bull Real Estate is in Mumbai, Maharashtra. Chairman is Samir Gehlot. Hinduja Group flagship arm Ashok Leyland has signed an agreement with Nissan International Holding to acquire 38% stake in Hinduja Tech for Rs 70.20 crore. In November 2014, Ashok Leyland has sold 38% stake in Hinduja Tech to Nissan International Holdings BV. Ashok Leyland is to acquire 38% stake in Nissan International Holding BV in Hinduja Tech for Rs 70.20 crore. Ashok Leyland is owned by Hinduja Group. Headquarter of Ashok Leyland is in Chennai, Tamil Nadu. CEO is Vipin Sondhi. Headquarter of Hinduja Group is in London, UK. Chairman is Srichand P. Hinduja. Now let's come to Memorandum of Understandings, Collaboration and Partnerships. On February 23, Social Alpha and Small Industries Development Bank of India, SIDBI, have partnered to set up Swavalamban Divyangjan Assistive Tech Market Access Fund. Each startup working in this space will have access to implementation support of up to Rs 20 lakh. The fund will finance up to 50% of the product price for the initial users. So Social Alpha plus SIDBI are going in a partnership to set up the Swavalamban Digvijan Assistive Tech Market Access Fund. Headquarter of Social Alpha is in Bangalore, Karnataka. Co-founder and CEO is Manoj Kumar. Headquarter of SIDBI is in Lucknow, UP. Chairman is Mohammad Mustafa, established in the year 1990. On February 26th, the Ministry of Corporate Affairs has signed an MOU with the Central Board of Indirect Taxes and Customs for exchanging data such as import-export transaction and financial statement of companies registered in India. Ministry of Corporate Affairs plus CBSI have signed an MOU for data exchange to boost regulatory enforcement. Nirmala Sitharaman holds the Ministry of Finance and the Ministry of Corporate Affairs. Constituency from which she comes from is Karnataka. Headquarters of CBIC is in New Delhi. Chairperson is M. Ajit Kumar. On February 26th, Andhra Pradesh and the Small Industries Development Bank of India have signed an MOU for the establishment of a project management unit to cater to the micro, small, and medium enterprises sector in the state. The proposed development initiatives were aligned with the vision of RBI appointed UK Sinha Committee on SMEs. Now, Andhra Pradesh plus SIDBI have signed an MOU to establish a project management unit to cater to the MSME. Proposed development initiatives were aligned with the vision of RBI's UK Sinha Committee. Andhra Pradesh capital is Amravati, Vishakhapatnam and Kurnool. CM is YES Jagan Mohan Reddy. Governor is Bishwa Bhuhan Harichandan. So headquarters of SIDBI is in Lucknow, UP. Chairman is Mohammad Mustafa. It was established in the year 1990. Coming to the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, have signed an MOU with National Health Authority to provide PVC-based Ayushman cards under Ayushman Bharat Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana. Ayushman cards are a replacement of paper-based cards and will be issued completely free. So MeitY, Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, and NHA have signed an MOU to provide PVC-based Ayushman cards under Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana. So NHA's full form is National Health Authority and NHM's full form is National Health Mission. Ravi Shankar Prasad, Ministry of Communications, MeitY, Law and Justice Minister is elected from Patna Sahib in Bihar. What is Patna Sahib known for? Patna Sahib is known where it is associated with Guru Gobind Singh. Guru Gobind Singh in the static GK is the 10th Guru of the Sikhs. What is he credited with? He is credited with forming of Khalsa. And also he ended the physical Guru practice. He has asked as follows that only the book will be the Guru. Headquarters of NHA is in New Delhi. The CEO is R.S. Sharma. On February 26th, Abhi Bus Service, an online e-ticketing platform, has partnered with Railway's e-ticket booking platform, Indian Railway Catering and Tourism Corporation to offer bus ticket booking facility. IRTC has enabled over 9 lakh train tickets every day. So Abhi Bus Services plus IRCTC has partnership to offer bus ticket booking facility. Headquarters of Abhi Bus Services is in Hyderabad, Telangana. Founder and CEO is Sudhakar Reddy. Headquarters of IRCTC is in New Delhi. Chairman and MD is Mahendra Pratap Mall. Liberty Steel Group has signed an MOU with Paul Wurth and Stahel Holdings Sadr to set up an industrial-sized hydrogen-based steel-making plant at Dunkirk in France. It will be a 2 million ton direct reduced iron plant with an integrated 1 gigawatt capacity hydrogen electrolysis production unit. So Liberty Steel Group plus Paul Wurth and Stahel Holdings SAR are signed an MOU to set up a steel-making plant in France. Headquarters of Liberty Steel Group is in London, UK. Headquarters of Paul Wurth is in Luxembourg. Headquarters of Stahel Holdings SAR is in Saarland, Germany. France capital Paris, currency Euro. President of France is Emmanuel Macron, PM is Jean Castex. On February 25th, an MOU was signed between Inland Waterway Authority of India and MOL for transportation of liquefied natural gas through barges of National Waterways 1 and National Waterways 2. MOL Group is the world's largest gas carrier company. So IVAI and MOL have signed an MOU for transportation of LPG through barges on NW1 and NW2. Headquarters of IWAI is in Noida, UP. Chairperson is Jalaj Srivastava. On February 25th, India has signed 4 MOUs with Nepal for the reconstruction of 25 health posts in Himalayan country. 12 health posts are located in Dhading district and 13 are located in Sindhupal Chowk district. And these health posts were damaged during the 2015 earthquake. Now they will be reconstructed at a cost of NR 530 million. So India and Nepal have signed 4 MOUs for the reconstruction of 25 health posts in Nepal at a cost of Nepali rupees 530 million. Nepal's capital is Kathmandu, currency is Nepalese rupee, president is Bidya Devi Bhandari. Coming to the books and authors, Madhavi S. Mahadevan's latest novel, Bride of the Forest, the untold story of Yayati's daughter, provides a kind of cultural glue between the past and the present. It's a reflection of how much things have and have not changed. The book is published by Speaking Tiger Books. Bride of the Forest is an untold story of Yayati's daughter book, authored by Madhavi S. Mahadevan. The publisher of the same book is Speaking Tiger Books. Chitra Banerjee Divakaruni's latest book, The Last Queen, tells the tale of one of the most fearless women of 19th century, Rani Jindan Kaur. The Last Queen book was authored by Chitra Banerjee Divakaruni. Pranab Mukherjee was the president from 25th July 2012 to 25th July 2017. Since becoming the president, he wrote the Indira Gandhi years, the turbulent years, and the coalition years. The presidential years has been published recently in January 2021. The books by late Pranab Mukherjee are very important because this can come in the question paper or of any exam. The Indira Gandhi years, because he worked with Indira Gandhi. The turbulent years and the coalition years, the presidential years. So there are 1, 2, 3 and 4 books. Former US First Lady Hillary Rodham Clinton and her longtime friend Lucy Penny will come out with the novel State of Terror, which will be published on October 12 by Pan Macmillan India. State of Terror is a novel written by Hillary Rodham Clinton and Louise Penny. Banker turned author Anindya Datta has chronicled the history of Indian tennis through his latest book Advantage India, the story of Indian tennis. The book revolves around pre-independence tennis and early players like Ramanathan Krishnan and Vijay Amritraj. So Advantage India is the story of Indian tennis book authored by Anindya Datta. On February 23, former chairman of the Telecom Regulatory Authority of India, Rahul Khullar has passed away in New Delhi owing to a prolonged illness. He was a 1975 batch administrative service officer and was appointed as TRAI chief in May 2012. Rahul Khullar, former chairman of the TRAI, passed away. Headquarters of TRAI is in New Delhi. Chairman right now is PD Waghela. On February 26th, Sir Michael Somare, the first and former Prime Minister of Papua New Guinea and formerly known as Father of the Nation, has passed away. He was 84. Mr. Somare was Papua New Guinea's longest serving leader. His last term as Prime Minister ended controversially in 2011. Papua New Guinea's capital is Port Moresby. Kina is the currency. PM is James Morape. On February 25th, Vishnu Narayan Nambutri, the eminent poet and academic, has passed away. He was 81 years old. He represented the finest traditions of contemporary Malayalam poetry. The nation honoured him with the Padma Shri in 2014. He received the Kerala Sahitya Academy Award in 1979 for Bhumi Geethangal, at the Central Sahitya Academy Award in 1994 for Ujjiniyeli Rapakalukal. So Vishnu Narayan Nambamurthy, eminent Malayalam poet and academic, has passed away. He was the Padma Shri recipient in 2014. So he received Kerala Sahitya Academy Award in 1979 and Central Sahitya Academy Award in 1994. Let's go for the person in news. Britain Jasmine Harrison has become the youngest female to roll solo across the Atlantic Ocean after completing a 3,000-mile journey from Spain to Antigua, according to organizer Atlantic Campaigns. The key point is Jasmine Harrison has become the youngest female to row solo across the Atlantic Ocean. Coming to science and technology, 2 variant strains of SARS-CoV-2, namely N440K and E484K, have been detected in Maharashtra and Kerala. One of the 2 variants has also been detected in Telangana. Also 3 other mutated strains, one each from UK, South Africa, Brazil, are already present in India. The SARS-CoV-2 Genomics Consortium was established in December 2020. So 2 variants of SARS-CoV-2, namely N440K and E484K have been detected in Maharashtra, Kerala, and Telangana. India's COVID scene is again on the rise. Yesterday there were around 82,000 cases in April 1, and I wish that everyone takes proper precautions. Thank you for watching. We shall start with now the March mock drills. They will be available both in Hindi and in English. Thank you very much.